Hi guys, just wanted to make a video here about playing hardcore Path of Exile. I'm actually pretty new to Path of Exile, but of course I'm a long-time Diablo 2, Diablo 3 player, probably like most of you. I was not impressed with Diablo 3 when it came out, but Path of Exile is really actually proving to be a well-designed game, like very well made. I'm very impressed in so many ways with what the developers have done with this game. And I think they have a real winner here. So I only play hardcore. I started out playing hardcore. I haven't even played normal mode because hardcore is where I have my fun in this kind of game. And I actually just wanted to share with you guys my hardcore build because first time through I made it to level 22. I died. Second time through, level 22, 21, whatever. I died. Third time through, same idea. I died. I'm not very high level right now, but I've made some adjustments to my build, my style of play, and they're working out really well. And I just wanted to make a little video and talk about what I've been doing. So, I like to play the Witch. I always like to play a caster character whenever I play these types of games. So this guide is going to be my progression throughout hardcore. This is the first video. I'll have more to come. In this first video, all I wanted to talk about actually is how I've geared up my character. And the first time through, probably like you, your first time through, I discovered energy shield. And I was like, oh, that seems cool. Fast recharging energy shield. I'm gonna get as much energy shield gear as I possibly can. And I just kept stacking energy shield. I built the talent tree to boost my energy shield. And I had a pretty high energy shield. And that's what I did with my first 3 characters through. And of course, each one of them came to about the same point, and through neglect, I was, one time I was playing after about 20 hours, I was getting pretty sleepy, so I should not have been playing hardcore at that point. So I died just through neglect. But finally, this time through, I decided, okay, well, something obviously, isn't working. So I decided to tweak around my gear a little bit. So before, where I had stacked energy shield, what I've done this time is I've focused on my other defenses. So for example, what I've really focused on a lot is the evasion rating, And I haven't used any skill points to increase my dexterity or my strength. I've just found items which boost my dexterity or strength, because I'm not sure if I want to assign permanent points to dexterity and strength yet, because I'm still pretty new to the game. I don't really know what my final build is going to look like, so I'm being cautious about assigning points to my final build. But in the meantime, all I've needed to do is stack some dexterity and strength items. Actually, kind of a neat little trick I found. I don't think I can have an example right now, but say I have a vest with dexterity on it, and I need a certain amount of dexterity to wear it. If I put on a ring, it'll help me equip the vest, and then if that vest gives me a buff to dexterity, I can then take off the dexterity ring, which gave me that extra dexterity, and I can leave it off. And because that new dexterity buff is applied, the vest will stay on. So I don't know if that's an intended feature of this game or if that's a glitch that will be fixed at some point, but for now it works. So we can definitely make use of that. So what I've done here, like I said, I've stacked evasion, and what I've noticed is there's a diminishing return in armor and evasion rating, just like in Diablo and World of Warcraft. And by diminishing return, what I mean is that it's easy to get some amount of evasion or armor, but to get it really obscenely high takes a really obscene amount of dexterity or armor. So I'm actually stacking both here. I'm actually trying to get both evasion and armor high. So what I found is that if you focus on just one thing, if you focus on just your evasion, you can get it, I got it to about 60, or I got it just over 50, sorry. And then actually what I did is I tried a little item which doubled my evasion. I think it was a spell or something, I can't remember. Like I said, I'm still pretty new to this game. And then from doubling my evasion rating from about 500, as you can see it's at right now, to about 1,000, only increased my chance to evade by another 10%. So getting it up to nearly 50%, to 42% took this much, but to get it up, another 10% takes double that much. So at that point, an extra 10% of evade only is going to reduce my damage by another 10% in game. So I'm going to be taking only an additional 10% less damage by stacking my evade double this. So instead, what I've done is I've stacked a little bit of armor, and it only takes 250 armor to get myself 30% damage reduction. So that 250 armor versus another 500 evade actually gave me an additional 20% damage reduction versus that 10% I would have gotten from evade. So to get your damage reduction up from armor and your chance to evade up also from armor, from evasion, boost to evasion skill, is actually what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say here is that to boost it up to a moderate amount is way easier than to boost it up to an insanely high amount. So if you focus on both armor and evasion, then you'll be able to get an overall greater effect than if you just stack one. So, like I say, energy shield I'm pretty much ignoring this time around, because as you can see I've got 11 energy shield here. What I might actually do is apply the same principle that I've applied to armor and evade, and maybe take off 3-4% of evade if I can find a really good shield boosting item. But it's all about finding just the right piece, just the right item to kind of swap out and make use of. That way I'll have a bit of energy shield and a good decent evade and a good damage reduction. So I've kind of gotten those all up to a pretty nice level, and overall the cumulative effect is going to be much greater than just trying to stack one really high. So yeah, in this game, I'm really favoring the armor and the evade. Basically, what I've noticed is I hardly take any damage at all. I've got minions up. I've got zombies and skeletons up. Usually just zombies. And then, so what I've noticed is that, at first, monsters only hit me about half the time when they actually even get to me. And then I've got this damage reduction. And then what I focused on here is instead of energy shield, and the thing I don't like about energy shield, let me just tell you first, is that it can be a nice damage screen, but when you're in the middle of combat, this energy shield doesn't start to recharge until you've avoided being hit for a period of time. And if you do not have evasion up, you basically get hit by everything, then this energy shield isn't going to be recharging in combat. You're going to need to get out of combat to give it that delayed time to let it recharge, and then you're going to have to not get hit during that recharge time to let it recharge all the way. So I don't really like that. That's like a 5 or 6 second, I think, delay. I don't really know the exact timing, but it's a 5 or 6 second delay in combat for you to let your energy shield recharge. So what I'm favoring is working on my health pool and finding life regeneration items. So I've stacked as many life regeneration items as I could find at the level I'm at, and my life regeneration right now is okay. It's about 9 per second, and that's pretty decent in combat because I'm not getting hit that often because my evasion is pretty high, the damage reduction is pretty good. And a third thing that I'm finally stacking is my resistances. So in my skill tree, I've gone and I've found a few skills that increase my resistance. I just completed a quest that gives 8+8 to all resistances, and I'm wearing items which are boosting my resistances up. So basically, what I'm focusing on here is building a very defensive build for hardcore playstyle, and it's working out really well. Like I say, I'll take this character into combat, and she will hardly take any damage. I'll make another video for that, because right now I'm using a screen capture program that lets me record my audio as I speak, and it kind of chops down the frame rate a little bit, so you can see it whatever. It's not too bad. So yeah, this character hardly takes arc skill quite a lot, and I've usually got minions out. So between the combination of minions, high evade, high resist, oftentimes using long range, there's just rarely an opportunity for monsters to get through to me, basically. So anyway, hope you guys liked this video. I will be making more as I progress. If you like it, come subscribe to my channel, and I'll be doing updates. And yeah, hope you guys like this. Like I say, I'm still a noob now, but these seem to be working out pretty well for me. I'll just show you quickly what I've done with my talent tree so far. I've boosted up my life a bit, because I'm not using energy shields, and I don't think I'm going to use energy shields very much. So I'm focused on building a nice life pool with as much regen as I can find. I've gone through and I've gotten increases to cold and lightning. I may eventually get fire, but I don't use fire damage, so I kind of don't want to spend these skill points. I'm heading towards this tree over here to get a little bit more elemental resistance down here, and I may head over here to get some more elemental resistance down here. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, that's kind of what I've done for now, and yeah, it's working out quite well. Thanks guys, thanks for watching the video. Talk soon.